What is going on, guys? It is your boy Tor. Today we're back for another video. We're gonna do a character comparison between Rangiku and Barragan. Reason for this video is because they're both Espada killers, they're both technique, and they're both melee units. So I feel like they're so close to one another in what they bring to the table that I want to break it down and see exactly which one of the two is better, in case you have both of them and you want to try them out in Guild Quest or whatever game mode you're looking to try them out on. So with that said, let's go ahead and get right into it. So as you see on screen, on the left hand side we have ourselves Barragan, and on the right hand side we have Rangiku. Rangiku came out last Christmas, so it's been a good 8 months, 9 months, 8.5 months or so. And then Barragan just came out for August and of this month. So he's more recent, and I mean in some cases you would think that that's better because they're gonna have a better kit or a better set of skills. But actually the funny thing about the two is that they have the exact same kit. So I'm gonna have gameplay playing in the background obviously, but they both have the exact same kit, in which the first is a beam strong attack. Does not have a they both don't have havoc, so their first strong attack is just a straight 725 with a beam, 2500 length. So same thing for both. And then second is going to be a circle strong attack in front of them that gets 800 radius, so they both have the same second strong attack. The third is where they're a bit different. Barragan is just a flat out full screen attack. Rangiku's is a little different. It's one of those suck-in vortexes where it gets everything in front of her and then it sucks in and explodes, right? So it goes from 1000 down to 675. So pretty interesting stuff. I mean, they both have the same kit, which is really weird, right? They're both technique, they both have Espada killer, they both have almost identical set of strong attacks. And then the differences will lie in the skills and then also like a few other things. So first thing, Barragan does inflict weakening while Rangiku inflicts paralysis, which depending on where you're using them, it really, you can go either or, right? Rangiku for Guild Quest, surprisingly the paralysis is actually very, very good nowadays. And I feel like weakening is a little less prominent than what used to, because of the simple fact that, like I said, paralysis, freeze, those type of status ailments where it stops and freezes the enemies is actually very beneficial from you getting hit, and then also just for your team and allies to survive a little longer and deal more damage. So really you can't go wrong with paralysis on Rangiku, which is a great status ailment to have in Guild Quest, which it is, of course, one of the standout and prominent things that she has for her, going for her, that she's an awesome Espada killer character. So that week of Guild Quest is very good. Barragan, on the other hand, he does have weakening, which is actually really good. It's going to help with overall more damage. It's going to be a better PvE skill in my opinion in general. For example, if you take him on in arena mode, that's actually going to be a really, really good skill. Like, I would prefer weakening in arena mode than freeze, if I'm being honest. So it just depends on where you go, but honestly they're both really good in that area. So let's get down to the skills. As you see here, Barragan is newer, so he's gonna have a little bit more up-to-date skills. He has 815 SP while she has 798. Really, that does not matter in the end. Transcendence is a thing, so that's going to be more effective. He is a Rancor and Espada affiliation while she's Soul Reaper affiliation, so that does make a difference there. They both have Espada killer, and then looking at their soul trait, they have recharge time minus 12%. So the biggest difference when it comes to this section is that arena skills. The arena skills are going to be favoring, in my opinion, Barragan. Barragan does get last ditch of 100% as one of his skills. Meanwhile, Rangiku gets paralysis duration minus 100. So that's good in certain cases, but last ditch is going to always be better. And so with that being the case, honestly, Barragan looks flat out to be a better arena mode character than Rangiku. They have the same soul trait of plus 13 strong attack damage, plus 90 spiritual pressure. And they are both melee attack units, obviously, so that's not going to be too big of a difference there. Looking at their skills, though, this is where, a character can separate themselves. So, Barragan does have a 1 innate skill, which is weaken resistance. I believe when Rangiku came out, innate skills weren't a thing yet. I'm assuming maybe not, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. But looking at the skills, Barragan does get a plus 30% damage in Guild Quest, which is crazy. That's a huge increase. Berserker of 20, Bruiser of 20, Debilitator of 5 seconds because he does weaken, Devastation of 40, Frenzy +1, melee damage +10, and then Sprinter and weaken defense. So, looking at his skills, all in all, he has really, really good ones. The big one standing out for him is, of course, the +30% in Guild Quest. So it doesn't matter if he's weakening the enemies or, if he's going up against a specific affiliation, it's just a flat out extra 30% in Guild Quest. So that's a huge, huge amount there. And that is really going to favor him when it comes to Guild Quest. But let's look at Rangiku. So on the right hand side, what you've got is Berserker of 20%, so that matches his Berserker. Bruiser of 20%, so that's matched. Damage to paralyzed enemies of +20%. So that is basically the compared skill that you can compare to his 30% additional damage in Guild Quest. Now the problem with that is that it's limited to the times in which, only when the enemies are paralyzed, so that's when she's inflicting an extra 20%. Debilitator of 5 seconds, so that's good though, right? It does last longer. Devastation of 40, Frenzy, Sprinter, and weaken defense. So, as you can see right there and then, what we're looking at is just flat out an extra 30% damage increase towards enemies in Guild Quest at all times, which she gets an extra 20% when the enemies are paralyzed. So essentially, give or take, let's say we're gonna just make it a 10% increase to Barragan, but he also does get the melee damage +10%. So he's getting an extra 20% strong attack damage, and that's not even just strong attack damage. That's just damage in general. I believe that also includes towards his special, towards his NAD string. So all in all, there's really no comparison between the two. They look close on paper. It really comes down to, like, if you have Rangiku Transcended, then most likely you'll just, roll with her. Obviously, Transcendence is such a huge difference maker, and also link slots if you have them link slotted. But Barragan, when they're both even, 5 out of 5 or 1 out of 5, 10 SP Transcendence unlocked for both. Whatever the case may be, at even grounds, Barragan is going to be better. Just a slight bit, although Rangiku still holds up. It's just, that's one thing you're going to get with Barragan. There is one thing that I forgot to mention, and that is that Rangiku does heal through her special. She gives an extra 60% heal through to the team, so that may be helpful, right? She does paralyze when she uses her special, and she also heals. So it does add a bit of an advantage there. So really, they're pretty close. I don't think it can be much closer than this, but I will still say Barragan looks to be slightly better, and he looks better in arena mode as well. So really, Barragan looks to be a better character. I'll give Barragan like a 9 out of 10 for Guild Quest in like arena mode. In general though, maybe like an 8 out of 10. No, 7 out of 10, because Guild Quest and Arena he may excel, but the others he won't do all that great. So 7 out of 10. Rangiku's like a 6.5 out of 10, right? So she's pretty close, but just not nearly as great. But anyways, with that said, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and comment down below which one out of the two you think is better. If I missed anything, of course, let me know, and let me know if you'd like to see another character comparison with other characters that are currently out or coming out. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.